and welcome back to another episode of the Ministry Booster Podcast, hanging out finally in the garage with our friend, the one and the only Amanda Mejias.
Hello. That was also a terrifying voice you just.
Oh, was that too deep, too guttural? Oh, yeah. The children are past their bedtime. Sorry. It's too much.
I can't.
It's too much. Hey, bud. It's
Hello.
good to have you here.
Live in the working garage.
That's right,
is
right.
where we're at right now.
Podcast West here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sunny today. It's beautiful. We're here for an essentials run, hanging out with our Arkansas and Oklahoma friends, and we figured why not have Amanda Mejias all the way from Pensacola, Florida, hang out with us in the garage and talk about calendars,
which, we are in a part of the year where people are like, we're just starting the year almost.
Buddy, I haven't even got through summer. How am I supposed to think about next year?
Yeah.
So,
but I know
we're here to talk about it.
We're talking about it at Lifeway already.
We are talking about. That's where I think sometimes it's always fun to for this podcast is it feels like this is community discourse amongst youth ministry friends.
Yes.
So it's literally hey, what do you want to talk about? And it is. We spent some time on our essentials run. We are finishing up Arkansas, Oklahoma. We're going to go see some friends in North Carolina and Virginia. We're going to be in New England this fall. We got some big fun things planned and hanging out. I want you to talk about here in a minute what you have going on in March and what we have going on in May, because we love to connect and hang with ministry friends. But the discourse is this. What do you want to talk about? Because what are you doing? Because some of us are doing more than we need to. So, Amanda, tell us a little about what is your family doing in Pensacola. So you're here. Tell us about Bubba and Sissy. Tell us about Jude the dude.
Oh man,
what are they up to at home in their world in the springtime in Pensacola?
Oh, we well, first of all, this spring is going to be wild. Lord willing, we're gonna get a house.
Okay, yeah.
We may be renting a house, but we're going to be moving from where we're currently.
But
are.
moving of any kind is add that to the docket. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot. We keep joking that in a month, our whole lives are gonna be
different.
Yeah. Lord willing, our kids are gonna be in a different school, maybe the same school, which is a big deal for parents of multiple kids. You understand?
Shout
not
out
driving to multiple. You drive. You do pick up and drop off at two schools
every
right?
morning. Yeah, well, it's a beautiful thing. We wake up at 5:30. We go to the gym. We take the first kid to school. We come back. We clean up for the day. We take the second kid to school, and then we start our day.
Yeah.
And it's a different. And it wasn't always the way. Last year they were same school, one drop off, one pickup, one Highlander to rule them all. It was great. But this year, not so much. So
yeah, so it's a little different. And so the spring will be crazy. And this is obviously our busy travel season.
This is it. This is the window. Yeah.
So this is just already busy. But I think something fun we're going to be doing is swim lessons because, we are by the beach and Nene and Papa have the pool.
Yes.
That's like the pro level move.
Yeah.
Move to grandparents who have a pool.
Listen,
don't just move to anybody's house.
Tell it to them.
Don't get your own pool.
No, that's right. Yeah. No, preach.
Have family members that have a pool.
Here's the best pool. It's not the pool you own. It's the pool you neighbor next to, whether that's a family member or an HOA. That's the pool you want in your life.
Same with people with a boat.
Oh, yes.
Never buy your own boat.
Yes. Just befriend the boat people. That's right. You need a boat in your life, not on your balance sheet, but in your life.
Yeah. So I'd like to make this offer to anybody who's out there who has a boat and wants to be a friend.
Okay.
I am here for it.
Yeah.
You bring your boat to Pensacola.
Florida boaters beware. That's right. Just panhandling for a boat in the Florida Panhandle.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
I'm a great, whatever. What's a co-captain on a boat?
First mate. First mate.
I'd be a great first mate.
Amanda First Mate Mejias. We have that here. We'll go ahead and drop the title card now. Perfect. Amanda First Mate Mejias. Okay. Okay, so swim lessons, is this like throw Judah in, hope he does well? Or what's your parenting a swim lesson? Oh, you did?
We did that for 2 years.
Okay.
So
how'd it go?
Our first 2 summers in Pensacola, horrible.
Okay.
I don't know who was more traumatized, me or Judah.
Fair.
But it's like, if for those who don't know what, I think their ISR is like the right language.
Okay.
They essentially want to train a child that if they were to fall in the pool with their clothes on, they could learn how to float to the top.
Oh, okay.
And so Judah was just a turn 2 when we started. And pretty much for a year straight, Judah did nothing but scream.
Oh.
The lessons are only 15 minutes. It was horrible.
Is that like a grab an iced coffee before it starts kind of thing?
No,
Or is that
you're
like therapy
and
after?
we're like therapy, but also like I gotta cook dinner after, and like we're driving from school, and you're paying
just on BetterHelp,
you're
the app,
paying
just like,
one-
am I living? Am I
know,
doing right?
You're paying $1 billion to hear your kids scream, and
If I wanted to do that, we'd go Disney again. Yeah.
and I'm like, you know, and knowing Judah, his personality, he's my 3.5-year-old, and he is just. He don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think it maybe gave me some more peace. I would say he loves water.
Yeah.
And so maybe kind of overcame some fears of it. I was afraid that he was just going to be straight up traumatized from it.
Sees a sprinkler, turns and runs. Yeah.
So this year we like to move from the float to actually swimming.
Oh, good. Yes.
We like to spend our summers by the pool and the beach and everything else.
And some of those things, I mean, like those are those parenting things that are like formative values, like swim. So for our family, outside of like, you know, going to church, being in the Word, going to school, learning school subjects, learning how to swim, because dad was boat owner. That was the boat owning. Playing on a team sport, because there's nothing like winning and losing when it either was or wasn't your fault.
Sweet.
And then learning to read music. Like these are these are like formational truths. We talk about this a little bit with some of our crew at Essential Stuff of like, what are we actually trying to do when we youth minister? And I think there's some of that to it, where it's like there is some screaming and gnashing of teeth, but we know that like the swimming matters, because for our family, we got to go be by water.
100%.
We got to be by water.
I'm not trying to jump into like a full like spiritually deep conversation right now, but
take us to the deep end. We're going from float to swim.
I will say I remember that first summer of swim lessons. We had just moved there, and again, it was really hard. You go every day. It's 30 minutes from my house. It's a huge investment. Kids screaming the whole time. And I just like remember like, how is this good, right? How can this actually be good?
The return on this good seems far away.
Yeah, this does not seem like this could actually work out. And then I felt like the Lord was like, I don't know, just speaking to me of this is what discipline looks like. That discipline isn't easy. Discipline isn't. No one is letting my son drown in a pool, right? Like my son is not unsafe.
Yeah, they're right there.
He's mad about it, but he's not unsafe. And in fact, what they're doing is they're teaching him to trust like the coach, right? Like the teacher. And I felt like in that moment, in a season that felt like there was like a lot of like, I wouldn't say necessarily discipline in my life from the Lord, but definitely like that, like surrender to the Lord. And I remember being like, that was a kind of a shifting moment of, okay, just move to this new area, starting a new life.
Yeah, come on.
Am I going to fight the coach who is trying to teach me something for my good, or am I going to surrender to the God who I know who has me and who's not going to let me drown?
Talk about the value of showing up to surrender. Say a little more for the people in the back that didn't connect all the dots because they're still floating, but we had to keep showing up for surrender. Say more. Say more.
Man.
Say no more. Yeah.
I do. I think that there's that was such like a growing season in my life in so many different ways, because in the moment I cannot see fruit from it. I know God asked us, God led us, God provided for us to do it, but when I look around, I don't feel the good from it.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel almost resentful for like, this is what you brought me to? Like, are you sure you like
you're just thinking about your previous living situation, and then now I'm just imagining you driving back from swim lessons where he's just like Judah in a towel, just like
I know.
And you're just like, what did we leave behind?
What did I just give up?
It's a real Abrahamic moment.
That's so dramatic, because obviously we were good, but
just children of Israel out of Egypt. Like, I mean, it wasn't great, but at least we had homes.
You know, we did a podcast with Christy McClellan on the His Glory, Her Good. This was probably 2 years ago, and she shares about one of her Bible studies that she did with Lifeway. And it was actually one that she didn't want to do.
Oh, okay.
We recorded in Israel, and that for her, those were just like sacred spaces of like, this is just where she did a lot of personal teaching, and she just didn't feel, she wanted to have cameras in Israel, like capturing.
Are we capitalizing on this?
Exactly. She just felt like weird about it, and so she said that until like the first day of the video shoot, like she had said, okay, God, you've asked me to do this. I'm submitting myself to you. And then on that first night, she didn't even sleep the first night. But then she talked about how the Lord walked her from a place of submission to a place of surrender. And like when we are submitting to something, we say, okay, sure. But surrender says like, okay, I trust you. And when we like, that's like the attitude shift. And it's not, it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's simple.
That is such a wonderfully elegant way to put it, because I think for so many folks, we come to terms with submission because we fought, and then we finally just give in. But surrender, when we explain it, couch it that way, it's almost like preemptive, where it's like, I could fight this, but it's not worth the fight because I believe this to be truer or better. And that is, I think for a lot of ministry folks, that's important to hear, because I think so many of us talk about like, yielding or submitting to the call, like Jacob. But the idea of it being a surrender of like a welcomed, holy, like, yep, nope, we don't even have to fight.
There's almost an expectation.
Yeah,
of like I know that it's gonna be okay. I will say last thing about this, but there's a song that I was like introduced to. Charity Gale's like really, popular. But there's a very specific song called Seed of Faith. And when I hear Seed of Faith, I'm like, what in the prosperity gospel is this?
Should I buy small towels and send increments of $20 bills? Hey, listen, did you? I think Tulsa rubbed off on you.
Honestly,
Girl visits Tulsa for 3 days and she's already got seed faith. That's good. Yeah.
But that idea of seed of faith, I'm just thinking, pray it and believe it. And then I'll
hey, believe it, receive it, need it. Yeah.
And anyway, so that is a song I would recommend checking out if you were in a season of waiting and not seeing the growth maybe that you're wanting to, or the answers that you're looking for, because the lyrics essentially just go on the fact that like the Lord doesn't require us to like produce the really good fruit, right? We want to look around our lives and just see a bunch of fruit everywhere. In our ministries, we want to see kids running to the altar every Wednesday and Sunday night. And that's not what God's asked us to do. He's asked us to trust him, plant that seed of faith. And the chorus goes on, and God will bring the rain. Like, and so I love that idea of that. I think it's 1st or 2nd Corinthians of like, Apollos planted, I watered, but God gave the growth.
God gave the growth.
And in those moments of like remembering, like, who is it that gives the growth?
Good. That's good. Well, we wanted to talk a little bit about the ministry practice of calendaring and auditing, evaluating. And I want you to share just a little bit of your rubric of stop, start, change. Is that right? That's the 3: stop, start, change, for some of the ways in which we evaluate. Not just because let me say it this way. I think for a lot of us, we evaluate after it happens, which is fair, but usually the evaluation is pretty emotive, where it's like, hey, camp happened. How did y'all feel about it?
Yeah.
Right. And that's not wrong. Like, you're going to have big feelings about it, but usually big feelings after you're done with something are always like relief.
That's so true.
And that's not like necessarily the best posture to like make.
We made it through. We did it.
Yeah. Hey, it's the line, like, I wouldn't do it again, but it was good. And I'm like, whoa. Like, you wouldn't do it again? Like, there's like something in there that like, it's hard to be fully objective when you're like free of something or whatever.
That's so true.
So I think just the idea of like stop, start, change actually needs to be in a season when you don't feel obligated or just finished by the thing that you're talking about. Like you can't evaluate camp like too close to it. Let's just use that. And this is not like saying like it's always camp, but usually for ministries, that's always like how we did it or where we did it. That's always one that's kind of always there because it's such a big investment. And I think for a lot of folks, there's some smaller ones that might be closer to the stop or the change. But yeah, give us a little more stop, start, change, and maybe some of the things we should be considering.
No, I love that. If you're talking about when you're listening to this and, summer is coming and you want to know, should I change where I'm going to camp? Maybe you really need to, okay? There's certain things that you're like, red flag, we got to pivot right now.
Yes.
But probably not the season that I would recommend having those big, deep conversations.
Yeah, changing June before March, April. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's too fast. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny we talked about swim lessons because obviously that wasn't planned, but that idea of swim lessons, right? We are practicing something so that when we get there, we are ready. And I think this idea of planning a calendar and thinking about what we want to stop, start, and change is not just so that way we can say that we're good calendar planners.
Yeah.
It's so that when you arrived at camp,
Yeah.
you knew a year and a half what camp was going to look like.
Right.
You weren't worried. You weren't worried about the last minute. What bus company do we need to rent to take our kids to camp? And so, anyway, all that to say is, first, I think that calendar auditing should be done on a yearly basis.
That should be part of the calendar.
Yes.
Is the audit process. There needs to be some days or a week where we actually do the thorough work.
Yeah. So if you're listening, my homework to you right now,
your spring challenge,
is figure out when your budget season starts over.
There you go.
So for Lifeway, ours is October.
Yeah.
Some churches start over in January. I'm not sure.
January, September. Yeah. It's usually like either start of the school year, start of the calendar year. Both good.
So anyway, determine that. And then you want to work backwards of like, okay, I'm going to have to submit budgets to be approved. Okay. And so before you get your budget, a ministry budget approved, then you have to think, okay, what am I getting approved for? Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get approved for camp because we always do camp.
Yeah.
Well, do you do camp every year? Do you have to?
Or do you always invest at camp?
I keep
at the
picking
same
on
level?
camp. You should do camp.
Or winter weekend or summer
dodgeball
conference,
tournaments.
dodgeball
Yeah.
Dodgeball conference, DodgeCon. Sorry.
DodgeCon.
DodgeCon. Okay. Yeah.
Everyone wears costumes.
Yes.
That's just what I imagine.
Just DodgeCon cosplay. See, now we're starting something that we don't even know if we can afford. This is how the idea spins out of control.
It's got like a big Comic-Con. Like it's like a whole thing.
You guys have invited me.
They changed the airport. Like the airport has like the each like gate number is Star Trek themed, okay? And you walk out and Darth Vader's meeting you outside the gate. I was very confused when I came home last week.
She knows that Star Trek and Darth Vader are not the same universe. She does. So there's somebody that listened that was like, Darth Vader, not part of Star. Darth Vader, not part of Star Trek. No, Amanda, no.
It's both Star Trek and Star Wars all in the same airport.
The Wars Trek, yes.
I would have just lost so many points.
No, it's okay. No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. That's it. Yeah.
I'm here, guys.
May the Spock be with you. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's so funny. Anyway, so you want to work back, and so figure out where your budgets need to be submitted, and then to have your plan kind of ready and set to go. So Zac and I mean, we have to submit budgets usually April, May for the following year, which kicks off in October.
So we're meeting in January, February.
Yeah. So we work backwards because we want to be able to flesh out new ideas, and we want to say, okay, is this working? If we do it this way, can we change it? So that's going to be your first step. The second step is then when you actually sit down with your calendar. You walk through every single thing you did the year before. So maybe it's 2025, maybe it's 26, whatever that looks like for you. But you want to walk through 1 year of ministry, everything you do, and you say, do I stop it? Do I start it? Do I change it? I would say across the board, how you answer those questions is, does it align with the vision and mission of my ministry and of my church? So maybe your mission is to go make disciples and leave a legacy and baptize people, whatever it may be. Or maybe your mission is small groups is really important, or evangelism is part of the DNA of your church. Okay, so if what you're doing is not aligned with your church in the least bit, that's an easy way to say, I need to stop this event. If it does align with your church and you're not already doing it. So if you have evangelism in your mission statement and you have zero evangelism
places to point to,
opportunities for your students to practice evangelism or to share their testimonies, or that is an easy place for you to say, this is something that I need to start. And then change is like, okay, we say we want students to make disciples, but we're not providing really great opportunities for them. So we have a couple, maybe a VBS, and they can go and serve in those capacities, but on an ongoing discipleship way doesn't really exist. So maybe we need to change what we're doing. So we've already got something going, but we need to pivot. or you already have a camp, you already have a D now, you already have a retreat. What in those existing events can I change to then help align even more to the vision of making disciples?
Yeah.
So stop, start, change. Vision is a huge component. The other component is financial and personnel support.
Yeah.
So you may not have a massive budget or a massive team to come around you and to accomplish things, and so what God has given you, you have to be a steward of those things.
Yeah.
And so if something is eating away your entire budget and you are not seeing fruit from it, you probably just stop doing it.
Even if you really enjoy it.
Yes.
And I think that's those are when it gets hard. Like, it's easy to kill the thing that you inherited that you don't want.
We love taking our kids to Dollywood.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you are spending thousands of dollars that you do not have
Yeah.
to take your
Or
students to Dollywood.
have your kids go to Dollywood anyway. That was, I
Yeah.
mean, not to pick on ministries of past, but one of the churches that I worked at, the thing that I inherited was ski trip. Well, that was an easy one for me because I don't really love to snow ski. Like, that's fine, but I'm not signed up for it. But it was a major investment for a group of students that most of them went on their own with their families.
Yeah.
And so we weren't really robbing them of anything,
Right.
and there was no alignment to it. So that one was easy. The one that was hard was the local spring break mission trip, because that was like, well, this seems like the right idea, but my volunteers were all doing spring break stuff. I didn't have the help.
That's exactly what
I was in
gonna say.
a spot where it was like me and 2 leaders for way too many kids.
Yeah.
So the personnel wasn't there. It was a cheap option.
Yeah.
It was an easy option, and it was a service opportunity. It seemed like win-win-win until it was like pulling teeth to get more than me and one other person there. And I don't know if you've had 2 van loads of kids that were like half-hearted and the other leader wishes they weren't there. That's
not fun.
It's not fun. It's not
No.
fun. And I don't know if we actually got the return on some kids got to like rake leaves. We painted some houses, and parents were appreciative that 3 of their spring break days were occupied or whatever. But I missed 3 days of time with my own personnel of family.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
Yeah,
We love to start things. I think when you are thinking about, do I start something?
Yeah.
You do need to consider, do I have the financial means to do it? And do I have the volunteers to support?
Yeah.
So
like literal buy-in, both the
Yes.
buy-in of the dollars and the buy-in of the people. Yeah. Yeah.
with that means when you are planning your calendar for the next year, you need to be having key people. You may not have a team, but are there key parents, key volunteers that you need their buy-in for maybe new things you want to do
Before you sell it.
before you say we are doing this,
guys, we're going to be about this. Okay, does anybody want to help? It's true. It's true.
We're going to Australia. Who wants to come?
Me and Frodo, we're going. Yeah.
No,
bag
get
end.
them on board,
Yeah.
and honestly, like when you get to invite leaders and parents into those conversations early on, they actually are more likely to buy in than something that's last minute or something that doesn't feel like they got a say in.
And it may take a whole year of putting it together to get the buy-in, and that's something that I think, especially when it comes to manners of start and stop changing, there's variance, but starting and stopping may take a little more of a runway or an exit, an on-ramp or an off-ramp, to use some of our friends' favorite language.
So change one, I would say, when it comes to like personnel support, and maybe that your volunteers are like faithful people. They're going to show up whether you tell them to walk the desert or not.
Yeah.
But if your people are miserable, your people are not having fun, it's like the camp that worked for you for 8 years, and this is what we always do. If it's running dry, it's okay to say, let's try something new.
Yeah.
And guess what? If it flops,
Okay.
you don't have to do it the next
That's
year.
great. Yeah, that's right.
So, but giving yourself that space and that time of looking ahead early enough kind of gives you that freedom to say, okay, maybe this is the year we can try something new. I've been wanting to do it, been a little nervous, but I have a little bit of buy-in. We're going to try it. And that's how you can try different things. You can't try new things at the last second is never going to go.
Well, because it's excitement, but again, there is and this is wisdom coming from folks that have been doing this for a while. Keep fighting for the new, but bring the people with you.
That's so good.
And I think that's something that, again, this is 40-year-old Zac talking directly to 24-year-old Zac. Like, the new is not the problem. The problem is You didn't give it enough time for everybody else to get pulled in with you.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about the ministry more than you.
That's it.
That's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it means you've really thought about it. The curse is it just takes them longer to catch up to you than maybe you were patient to give them. And so just find ways to let them be patient, you to be patient for them that you've been thinking about.
That's so
you know
good.
what? Small groups aren't working. We do need to change it. Okay. You arrived there after thinking about it hard for 3 weeks. It may take 3 to 6 months of your leaders being like, I don't know if this is working.
And like letting them ask questions and wrestle with it, and you could still.
Do you
have
think
your
this is
plan,
working?
but no, it's so good. So stop anything that doesn't align with the vision of your ministry and church. Stop if you don't have financial and personnel support. Stop if you're not seeing fruit from it, right? Stop if if you're saying this is the event for making disciples and students are more excited about going to whatever theme park or whatever that you've thrown on the end than actually the hard work of discipleship.
Or this is the event we utilize to invite all of our friends and nobody. Well, I mean, so that's was
a great idea.
We for a few years, many moons ago, tried to have events to on-ramp folks into the larger event. So we would have like a big night that was a sign-up night to get into the winter weekend, or a big, barbecue party time to get people to sign up for camp. Well, it worked one year and then it didn't work the next. So the third year we're at a crossroads, and one of them we kept doing, one of them we didn't, because it didn't actually get more people on ramp to the thing that we were trying to do,
so good.
which was and it wasn't wrong. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And that's, again, some of the issue, if we can speak a little bit, is some of the things we're gonna have to audit is what were we trying to do here other than just the thing that we were doing.
Yeah. No, that's good. And I get it. When most youth pastors go and they inherit a whole ministry that is they've inherited the calendar that came with it, right? And all the programs.
Who planned this?
These are the traditions we've had since I was a teenager in the youth group.
Right.
And but it's
you
okay.
have 3 weeks in a row for bingo. Is that a thing? Oh, the kids love it. The kids love the bingo.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. But yeah, it's not worth it if there's no fruit. And this is where I want to lead to the start. So start is, yes, it aligns with the vision. Yes, we have financial personnel, but also like you have to say, like, is the Holy Spirit like actually like speaking to me and leading me in a direction? Am I leading from a place? Am I starting this because it's easy for me, or I want to do it? Just sounds fun. Another church down the road does it, so it must be awesome. No, none of those answers justify starting something new. Everyone is already so busy, right? We talk about this all the time. Like our culture's busy,
universally busy. Just know, like, it ain't just you.
Yeah,
big church, small church, left coast, east coast. Everybody's busy.
Yes.
No. Everybody's busy. So if the plan was more, you're going to have to sell me pretty hard because our calendar's already full.
Yep. So when you start something like that is that is what sets us apart from any other job, is that we don't just do things for the sake of doing them. If we believe this is actually sacred work, then the Holy Spirit has to be guiding us. God's word has to be our compass into leading us. And so that is the green light of, okay, I need to start something. And guess what? That takes even more time than just showing up one day and said, let me look at my calendar.
Yeah. What can we add in?
Yes. Usually the Holy Spirit you want to be asking the Holy Spirit right now, okay, God, in the 2027 and 2028, where are you leading my ministry? Where are you leading my students? What is it that we can do different than what we're doing right now?
Okay. So let's make this test case real. You have something new coming up that you're about to start in March.
Oh yeah.
So I want you show us your process. So okay, but for real though, like you have a brand new thing that's coming up in a month.
Okay.
We're excited about it for good reason, but you have been dripping it out for a while to keep us excited about it. So walk us through the process of the development of the Her Good Retreat coming in March to Tennessee for women that are serving either in youth ministry or college ministry in a leadership role in leading both youth or young adults, exclusively and specifically for them in a world that has many conferences and opportunities. How is this the thing that you got carved out and excited about beyond just the fact that you could do it, the why you're doing it?
Man, okay, so I will say that I would say this is something that the Lord has been kind of just like bringing to the top of a surface. Like, when I think about what I desire for my role as specialist for women who lead in youth ministry. Like, what does that actually mean?
We'll drop the title card in below.
Yeah. What does it mean? How does it flesh out? Like, what could this look like? And the years that I've spent in this role, 6 years now, 7 years at Lifeway, um, the overwhelming need is that these women who are serving youth ministry need a place to belong. They don't just need a seat at the table. They just like want someone to have coffee with them, right?
Yeah.
And so like, what does that look like? What can we offer? So from that, I would say probably clearly, a year and a half ago, like this is something that I'm starting to flesh out with my boss. Like, what could this look like? We used to do a conference for teen girls. Like, what if we pivot and do something for the volunteers, the leaders? And so we kind of started doing like smaller versions of like getting women together in smaller ways. And then we started realizing that it's working and that these women are finding community and that they're getting poured into. And then we said, man, like, what if we could provide even more like specific training for them? But guess what? I didn't have any personnel support at the time. And so, I'm like, I can't pull off a conference by myself. I'm a team of one, a girls conference. Okay. Or women's conference. I can't do that. But then we got to open a door to invite some trainers to be part of the conversation at Lifeway. And so now
building a team.
I have 6 Lifeway girl trainers these are ministers in their churches that just get to speak into what we do with Lifeway. And sometimes they get to come on the road and, but had them together. This was December of 24 and said, we could do anything, what would you guys want to do? And, one of the things that they all spoke into was, what if we did like a retreat for women in youth ministry? What if we do a retreat for women in youth ministry and college ministry? These are women who'd be on staff, leading in a role. So less than 100 women, but we just get to intentionally pour into them. And so,
but also emphasis more retreat than conference too.
Yes,
Again, there's some careful nuance.
Very different.
Because it's for a specific group in a specific season for a specific reason. Because there are lots of conferences, there are lots of women's events, there are lots of youth ministry happenings, but not filtered in a way that's uniquely this and you. Yeah.
So anyway, I would say from there, that was December 2024. You're like, okay, let's write up a proposal. Let's send it to the boss. Then you have to think about, okay, if I'm going to do this, where I'm going to do it at. And so like looking for a location and picking the right, if you're going to try to reach women throughout the country.
Where's the spot?
Where's the spot? These women who often don't have a budget, who can't just necessarily fly to any airport, kind of want to be in a drivable place for most states. And anyway, so it was, spring of 2025, and we're launching it March 19th and 20 through 21st of 2026. So still have a few spots. So if you have a woman,
come on.
If you have a woman on your team, whether she's a ministry leader, minister, admin, girls minister, event coordinator, we have such a wide variety of women representing, and we'd love to have them kind of join us.
Love it. So we're excited. Things happening new. You can check the links below. Amanda, thanks for coming to join us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, good. We are going to be back out at it. So check out the links below for the Her Good Retreat this March, the Youth Pastor Summit locations in April, and then the preaching experience in May. We love connecting with folks in person about youth ministry in a variety of different ways, in a variety of different seasons of life. And so if you're listening and preparing or just finished your midweek, we love you. We're thankful for you. And we hope that you're auditing well. So, Amanda?
See you next time.
There you go.
Snap.